of the 2023 Legends Festival has begun, and of course we've summoned on the new banners, we got all the new units, and we've used them all. So it's no secret to say that these units are very powerful. Each of them are able to bring something to the table that allows them to shine in their own respective right. And because of that, I have 3 battles that I had off screen that I want to show you guys today. So with that being said, let's get into it.
Versus Golden Frieza, Super Saiyan Blue Evolved Vegeta, and Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, and Goku and Final Form Frieza.
And here we are in the first battle. So I lead off with Gotenks, and the opponent leads off with Golden Frieza. So luckily, Gotenks is prone to getting lots of special skills at the beginning of battle, so I popped one, and then afterwards I threw out Ki Blasts, and I forced them to vanish, did a few tap attacks, and then afterwards they swapped into Vegeta and Goku. So afterwards I tried to tackle Vegeta, but I got caught with Ki Blasts, but luckily since they kept on using Ki Blasts, I was able to cover change with Gohan, and from there I was able to follow up with my special move. But for whatever reason, they swapped out Vegeta and Goku and threw in Goku and Frieza, and my special move dealt a ton of damage to them. So anyway, afterwards I vanish out the way, and I continue my combo against Goku, and then afterwards Golden Frieza goes in. So at this point, I don't really have a reason to swap out, but just to be safe, and hopefully to be able to build up that unique gauge, I swapped back into Gotenks, because I know, for the most part anyway, Gotenks should be able to take a lot of these hits, and if they really try to go, like, if they try to go crazy with their units, that's the purpose of why Gotenks is there. So anyway, afterwards, Vegeta goes back in, and then I throw in Gohan, and the thing is, I do have my main ability. I absolutely could use it, but I chose not to because I really do want to take advantage of stripping away the opponent's vanish. So I throw in Janemba to complete my combo, and I end up wiping out Goku and Frieza. But now, Vegeta's back in against Janemba. I'm not scared because if they have Strike, I can just counter because of the unique gauge. So of course, they use Strike. I countered with the unique gauge. It was as simple as that. And it dealt really good damage, but that's just Janemba. He just doesn't care about element factor. So they swapped into Goku, which I think is a massive mistake, because now you're at an element factor advantage. But since I fell for the Tap Blast, I ended up throwing in Gotenks, and then from there, I ended up throwing in Gohan because they threw in Golden Frieza. But now I got Golden Frieza up to the point where he knocked down my cards, he seals my main, I can't do anything until I'm able to get my main ability back. So luckily after a bit of time, my main comes back, my unique gauge was full, so I know for a fact Frieza has no vanish. So I tackle immediately, they threw in Goku, he's dead. I don't think there's anything else that needs to be said. Like, they threw in Goku, he's dead. I had a special skill, I popped it, he gave me a special move, and at that point I knew he's gone. So I throw out the special move, and it wipes out Goku. So at this point, I know for a fact, there is no way I'm losing this battle. Like, no matter how hard the opponent tries, there's just absolutely no way I'm going to lose this battle, especially if they use Rising Rush. I can just throw in Gotenks. But in this particular case, I was kind of trying to land LF, so I threw in Gotenks just for the sake of trying to get like Frieza to vanish or whatever the case may be. So Frieza ended up following up with a special move, but I tried to fault with Ki Blast, which is why I got hit by it. But after that, like, he's wide open. Like, he already lost his vanish. All I have to do is just throw in Gohan. So I combo a little bit with Gotenks, I throw in Gohan, and I did pop my main ability, but by then the opponent forfeited because they knew LF was coming. So yeah, again, like I said, the one good thing I really like about Gotenks in particular is the fact that the main premise of that unit is to go in, disrupt the enemy, get out. That's the thing. So you're constantly able to throw in Gotenks, but when you throw them in, it's for the fact that you're able to mess with the opponent, and then you get them out into somebody else who can actually deal like the effective damage. And of course, if push comes to shove, like Rising Rush or whatever the case may be, you can throw in Gotenks. Like, so I think he served his purpose very well. But anyway, on to the next battle.
Versus Goku and Final Form Frieza, Golden Frieza, and Vegito Blue.
Here we are in the second battle. So I lead off with Golden Frieza, and the opponent leads off with Goku and Frieza. So I managed to get them to vanish, but then afterwards they threw in Vegito. So afterwards, after the taps anyway, I throw in Vegeta, and I thought that they were going to tackle, but they ended up not tackling. So Vegeta ends up getting comboed, and then eventually I stopped the combo with Goku's strike cover. The downside is he had a special skill. What does that mean if it connects? He gets a special move. What do most Vegito players do when they get that? They use it. So they threw it out on Goku, and it dealt way too much damage. Now, even though it's not a good idea to be like, you know, taking that much damage with that unit, I'm not considering us down and out just yet. So anyway, the opponent ends up throwing in Golden Frieza, and then afterwards, I throw in Golden Frieza. Then I manage to actually get out of the way, so I'm trying to continue my combo, but then my combo gets ended early. Now, I know Vegito is there, so I tried to do Strike, but my reaction time was just a bit too slow. So Frieza ended up living, but because I threw in Goku and Frieza, they ended up dying too early. So now I don't really have a defensive option against Rising Rush, which is not good. But on the bright side, when they threw in Golden Frieza, I tackled, and then through that, Goku ended up going back in. So at the very least, I have an element factor advantage against Goku. So if I'm lucky, I can wipe him out quick. So we clash, and luckily I won the clash. So because of that, I throw a Ki Blast with Frieza, and I wipe out their Goku and Frieza. So now, everything is fair game on both sides. So I throw in, I threw in Vegeta, then I swapped to Goku, because there's no way in the world I'll be able to do anything against Vegito with Frieza. It's just not gonna happen. So at this point, I'm comboing like crazy. Like, my unique gauge just filled up, so I know if I cover change. Then I swap to Vegeta to at least try to deal some more damage, and I continue my combo. And now I have an actual option to, like, decide. I can either use Rising Rush, or I can use my special move. In this particular case, I wanted to see what Vegeta was capable of doing. So I ended up using my special move, and it dealt a ton of damage. And then afterwards, Frieza popped his main just to be able to survive. But, I mean, the tap attack I did just dealt so much damage. So anyway, he keeps on sidestepping, I tackle, I fought with Strike, then I wipe him out. Now Vegito is in, and of course, if push comes to shove, I'm just gonna, sacrifice Frieza. But they tackled, so at this point, I know it's game, because with Vegeta and Goku, their combos last forever. So I combo with Goku, then I swap to Vegeta, and then I finished off Vegito, and there's that. So again, with this team, just being able to keep the combo going for as long as you could actually helped out a ton. However, I wish that I kind of had Vegeta and Goku alive, to go up against Goku and Frieza in particular, just because they do counter that unit. You got to work a bit before you can counter them, but I did want to see like how they would perform and whatnot. But either way, the unique gauge filling to be able to nullify cover change and to be able to like keep your combo going, because remember, it gets faster every single time it fills up, is just absolutely incredible. But anyway, on to the final battle.
Versus Super Janemba, Ultimate Gohan, and Pikkon, and Super Gogeta.
And here we are in the final battle. So I lead off with Gotenks, and the opponent leads off with Ultra Super Janemba. So I know by default the opponent is going to be playing very defensively, apart from the very beginning, because they just charged right in. So I managed to vanish with Gotenks, and then afterwards I throw in Janemba because I know Gotenks is not a damage dealer. So afterwards they swap to Pikkon, which I understand why, element factor advantage and whatnot. But the downside is, since Janemba just came out, I'm able to just combo with Gohan for a long period of time. So I'm comboing with Gohan, then afterwards they throw in Gohan, and then I end up getting a special skill. I pop that, get a special move, and then I throw it out, but then they threw in Janemba. So Janemba pretty much took that hit very well, which was unfortunate. Anyway, afterwards they forced me to vanish. I tap attack because I'm not trying to get hit by that special move. And then since I see the exclamation mark, I decided it's probably best for me to actually, keep the combo going. So afterwards I throw in Gotenks, and I, purposely use the special move because I have to be able to waste that gauge. Otherwise, they're just me holding it in the back the whole time. So I throw it out, it activates the gauge, he uses his ultimate attack. Of course, it deals really good damage. It's Janemba. But afterwards, he starts to follow up with an attack. And at this point, I'm like, if I lose Gotenks too early, it's not going to be good. I have to find a way to stop the combo. So luckily, they did Ki Blast, and I threw in Janemba. So at that point, I was kind of golden, right? But now they threw in Pikkon. So since I sidestepped and then they popped their main, I decided, you know what, tap attacks would be the safest option. Afterwards, I managed to combo Pikkon. Now, when I threw in Gohan, the opponent actually lagged, so my timing was completely off. But afterwards, I was able to continue the combo when they threw in Gohan. And at this point, I'm really not worried because Ultra Super Janemba's health is pretty low. I just transformed to Beast Gohan, so I know I'm about to throw some hands. And also, again, the opponent's connection was lagging, so it actually forced my combo to drop. So at this point, I'm like, you know what? I might as well just rock with it because there's nothing I can do. So I throw out the special move, but of course Pikkon goes in. So he took it, but at least it dealt good damage. So when I quick attacked, it activated his revival. Now everyone is susceptible to Rising Rush if I decide to use it. But I have to be careful of this Gogeta though, because of course Gogeta has, if he uses his main ability, he'll get a special move. If he uses that on Gotenks, he's dead. But luckily, when they threw in Gohan, they did Ki Blast. So I, followed up accordingly because I had a special move, and luckily with that special move, I wiped out Janemba. So now one of their powerful options is gone. So at this point, all I gotta do is just kind of stall out the opponent a little bit to get like the rotation in my favor. So luckily I waited out the sidestep, and then through that, I managed to combo with Gotenks and then activate Rising Rush and throw it out on Gogeta. And if I'm able to land it on Gogeta, then there's no way the opponent's gonna win because I still have Janemba alive. Sure enough, I landed it on Gogeta. So now, if the opponent decides to use Rising Rush, I'm okay with that because I can just sacrifice Gotenks. And also, Gotenks is at an element factor disadvantage regardless, so it makes no difference. So, the opponent just tackled, and then I don't know why they ended their combo, but it was what it was. Anyway, they quick attacked in, so that ended up wiping out Gotenks. But, again, I'm not tripping. Like, worst case scenario, if I do lose Janemba, like, I still have Gohan where I haven't even activated his main ability yet after transforming. So, again, I combo with Janemba, and then afterwards I pop my main ability, and then I use that on, Gohan. Like, ultimately, I know this is going to deal damage, like, regardless. It's Janemba against Gohan. It's going to do good damage, right? But, one thing I did forget when I was in the midst of battle is, even though it did deal good damage, he was element neutral. If he was at element factor disadvantage, then there's no way in the world he would have survived that hit. Anyway, I end up getting hit by his special move, and it dealt monstrous damage. But luckily, I caught him with a tackle, and then after the tackle, I got Ki back, and then I already had a special move from popping my main. So at that point, I combo for a bit, and then I throw out the special move, and the opponent forfeits. So I don't even get to see the immaculate LF that is the special beam cannon beast. I don't even get to see it. But either way though, again, hopefully this was a decent display of what these units are capable of doing. Again, each of them are able to perform to the best of their abilities, being able to, I guess, specifically serve a purpose, right? Again, like I said, with Gotenks, you have him in to sabotage the opponent, and then you get him out. Gohan, you wait until that unique gauge is full, and then afterwards, you transform and just decimate everybody. Goku and, Vegeta and Goku, you utilize them to be able to build up their gauge, and the more you swap, the faster that gauge activates, right? And then with Frieza, general damage, and also being able to paralyze the opponent and other effects as well. They all are fantastic in their own right. But I do want to know in the comment section below, if you guys did summon on those banners, how are these units like working out for you ultimately? Again, like, have they been good? Have they been bad? Could they be better, or are they absolutely perfect? Again, let me know in the comment section below. With that being said, I'm Ndukauba, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.